So if you were a really good slug and you pulled up the YouTube channel, you saw that I posted our all of our workouts. So all the last ones were posted. So you had no excuse, right? So for those of us who didn't do anything, let me just encourage you. Anytime over holiday and you have people in or you're doing special things, I don't care if it's extra grocery shopping, cooking, you know, that's added activity. So the bottom line is anything that's going to get you moving, your whole body's going to benefit, including your fascia. Some of you are like, what's fascia? What's fascia? So whenever I talk about plantar fasciitis, it's the structures around your muscles that kind of help give it shape. So you see what I'm doing? I'm just kind of kicking right here. I'm kind of walking back. I'm ambulating just a little bit, just to start it moving. I'm walking forward. And when I go back, I take special caution to do what? To raise my heel. So in order to raise your heel, you've got to pull the foot up from the heel. See that? That little movement that we're doing right now, just walking forward, trying to keep your toes forward, walking backwards, getting an exaggerated heel lift, going to the toe heel. Then you just add this kind of a little arm swing. See this? Under the chest, open. Under the chest, open. So now you're doing a multitask. Okay? So you have to keep so we're warming up for everybody coming on. It's good seeing you. I hope you've had a good holiday. I love Thanksgiving. I just love Thanksgiving. Even though that's, you know, I will love it for lots of reasons, but yes, my husband, this is the year. 1 year holiday of, not holiday, but remembrance of when he passed. But lots of things to give thanks for, and one of them is to move. And sometimes you just need to move with people. I don't care if you're going to go do golfing, even cleaning your house. Sometimes it just helps to have somebody there working with you because you keep moving. Now I'll take this hand and go like this. Just touch your ear. So see, I'm still moving, but I'm just touching my ear. I'm not swinging my hands. I'm reaching over my head and touching my ear multiple times. And I'm keeping my shoulders and just bend my knee. Shift. So now, right now, bend the knee, bend this knee, and just come up just for a second. So you're going to shift. The stomach goes tight. The shoulders go down. And I want to bring my knee just up. Okay? With a wide stance. Tighten. Shift. Release. Bring the knee up. Shift. Bring the knee up. So that move puts pressure on the back. That's why you want to support it with that tight tummy. So I'm shifting. Breath. Then I'm just going to touch my elbow here with the back of my hand. Touch my elbow with the back of my hand. Keep my stomach super tight. Keep my shoulders down. Hi, everybody. I'm going to shift. See, I'm on my toe. Now I have to get stable. Now I'm going to lift and bring my hands just under my elbow. See, like that. Breath. Right there. Breath. right there. Breath. Yeah, so you do it a couple of times. Take a breath. Bring it right under the elbow. Right there. Shift. Shift. Okay. Doing good. Tight tummy. A lot of times you're thinking of other things. You don't tighten your tummy. That doesn't give you support for your back. Okay. It just matters. Your posture matters so crucially much. That's why I keep hammering at it. Okay. Now, I don't know if you've noticed it, but what I'm doing is I'm inching backward. Okay. As I bring my knee up, foot off the floor, I'm staying in a wide stance for a good reason. But I'm inching back toward the back part of my area here. Just little by little. Every time I take a step, I just go back a little bit more. So that after I get to the end of this repetition, these sets, these warm-up sets, I'm going to be ready to walk forward in my room or in my area. Okay? So keep your shoulders down. And you just raise your hand and put your elbow, just your hand right under that elbow. Tight stomach, really tight. Now I'm almost to the back of the room. Good. Shake out. Walk, walk, walk. Then come back, back, back. Now let's add one more movement pattern to this. Let's walk across, step forward and together. One little side step. Walk back to the back of your area. It could be a little area carpet. We're only working with 2 to 5 steps here. So you do whatever your space dictates. So I'm going to cross over the other side. So the minute you cross over, don't immediately go for it. That's when you're going to lose your balance. Cross over, soften your knees, say rib cage up. Tight tummy. Now step forward and together. Okay? Then I step over, I walk back, I walk back, I walk back, I walk back. Okay? Shake out, shake out, shake out. We're going to do that one more time on either side. I'm going to cross. I'm going to soften my knees. And when I soften my knees, I say rib cage up. Okay? Keep my chin tucked. Now I'm going to take the back leg, bring it way up here and together. Okay? This kind of locomotion, this kind of movement patterning, okay, you get in a lot of activities. Step forward and over. But you got to do the activities. So when it's hard to get out and walk, or it's hard to get out and do your sports, it's even hard to get out and, work around your yard, even though you can. It's just, I caution you strongly, if you've got ice, we do not want any falling, do we? Okay, now I'm ready to start loading. See, I've done a lot of locomotion in our warm-up, and we're recording this. Okay, we did a lot of big movements to get warmed up. This is a 6-pound weighted ball. It could be anything. It could be some food, like I've done before in here. If you don't have a weighted ball, this is a 4-pound sack of beans. Now, I need to use these pretty soon. Anyway, I want you to get something that you have to hang on to, a single thing. And I like balls, but I can get a bag of beans. If I don't have anything else, I can get a bag of something I've loaded. And I just want to do a little toss in front of me, just like this. I keep doing my little ambulation, my little walking, and I keep saying to myself, what? About 3 or 4 things. What is it? First of all, rib cage up, because that's the first thing. You start rounding your back. Then I say shoulders down, okay? Then I make sure that the chin goes in line with so that my ear is right over my shoulder. So as I'm ambulating and I'm tossing this weighted ball back and forth, I can tell you my hands, I don't have to grip hard, but you get a weight coming into, see how I bring it down every time? See this? So I'm in effect doing little curls. I'm not just going side to side like this. I'm bringing it down and up, down and up. And every time I do it, I say rib cage up. Because I do not, with a weight here in my hands now, I do not want to round or flex my back. I want it to be in a good, neutral spine, which includes a couple of curves. But that means your ears are over your shoulders. That means your shoulders are over your hips, your hip bones. They're over your knees. You're not leaning out one way or the other, okay? Now that I've tossed it back and forth, I'm going to turn over here to my little chair. And as I enter into our strength work, you notice I have my pad here on my chair. In fact, I have two, okay? Because I have to. But at least put a pad here to raise it up a bit because we're going to go into a squat patterning. So I'm going to step wider than shoulders, okay? For my first squat of the day, get wider. It will facilitate keeping your back extended, especially right here, because that's the concern of a lot of trainers who work with people who've had eternally back problems, osteoporosis, etc., is re-educating movement patterns. So I'm going to come up here with my 6-pound weight. I'm going to act like I'm going to toss it to somebody over there. Then I'm going to shift, act like I'm going to toss it to somebody over there, but I'm going to bring it right here under my chin. Now when I go to sit down, I've just added 6 pounds. See this? Now this movement really starts putting the whammy on my back extensors in a good way, unless you are not paying attention, you didn't get wide enough, and you're not pushing your butt back enough. Okay, so here I am again. This is 6-pound ball. I'm going to go boom, right under the chin, boom, under the chin, sit down. I'm going to keep it right here at my sternum under the chin. Stand up, stay wide, toss to the side, come center, toss to the other side, come center. Now go and do that high sit down, but you're not going to rest. See, I know you kind of like it because you think you're going to rest. You don't sit there. Go toss to the side, center, toss to the side, center. Now when you start to come down, really push that butt back. Sit for just a second. Then you go right back again. Boom and boom. And then push and come under. Okay, now we're going to change it up. Are you ready? So I'm going to push into the heels. I'm going to stand. And I'm going to take my weighted ball or my 5-pound, 4-pound sack of beans or grains, and I'm going to act like I'm chopping wood. And I'm going to just touch the knee. Then I'm going to come back to the shoulder, go center, toss, and you shift through your hip. Then you come back up to the shoulder. Turn, cross chop. Come back, turn, cross chop, and come back. 2 more, here we go. Cross chop to the knee, and cross chop to the knee, okay? Now hang on to this, put it right here at your sternum, right here, right under your chin. Are you ready? Push the butt back, And you're set on your little raised chair because you put a pad or your pillow on your chair. Then we're going to come back up. Take a breath. And we're going to take this ball. And we're just going to go to the forehead. And then come back down and come back down. And come up. Push. Touch. Here we go. Push. Touch that butt back. Tight tummy before you start to do that little raising. And for some of you, anytime you go past your nose with a weight, you got to be very thoughtful. So I would limit anybody who knows they have osteoporosis or delicate back. When you go up above your nose, you need to be very careful with that, okay? So if you want to stay right here around your nose area, that's fine. You're still getting great load. When you go push it past your nose, you're going to feel it, okay? And that's not bad. I'm just cautioning you that it puts enough pressure on a spine that if you're not careful, that kind of pressure for some people can do fracturing, okay? Little fractures. But that said, you can do this very safely. Just come right here. So here's my question to you. When I had you stand up just now, were you thinking about tightening up your rear end right now? I bet no. Why? Because I know my audience. We have little green slugs, which is okay. I'm just reminding you. Okay, so here I am. My elbows are in. That's number one. They are not flared. They're in. I'm going to come to my nose. If I go above my nose even a little bit, I'm going to be very tight in my butt, tight in my tummy. Boom. Then release. Come right down. Tap and up. Tap and up. Tap and up. And a tap. Breath. Just two more. Just come to your nose or keep under the chin. That's perfectly fine. Okay? But if you go up past your nose, keep your elbows in, keep your tummy super tight. Stay really grounded in your feet. Breath. Push. Breath. Push. Breath. And push. And come back down and sit down. See here? See my weighted ball? Now, if you just have a bag of beans, or let's say you have your weights, that's fine too. Just put it in one hand and come over here to the side. See this? Look here, whenever I hold, and this is only 6 pounds, okay? When I open, I want to make sure my chest, my rib cage is up, my shoulders are down. Then I'm going to come to the other side. Open. Yeah. Other side. Open. Now we're going to multitask. Are you ready? So I'm just going across the front of my eyes right here. Open. I'm going to lift my knee as I open my hip hinge, and I'm going to act like I'm going to cross my legs, but then I don't. Okay? Then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to open, act like I'm going to cross my legs, but I don't. Open, take a breath, diaphragmatic breathing, keep your chin tucked, shoulders down, rib cage up. Okay, I'm over here. What am I going to do? I'm going to act like I'm going to cross my leg, but then I don't. Change. Here I go. Same leg of the side that your weight is on, whether it's a bag, a weight, a ball. And again, it's only 6 pounds. It's not super heavy. Take a breath. Keep your shoulders down. Shoulders down. Rib cage up. See, I'm hip hinging open. I am not flexing my back. Breath. Open. Breath. Keep your elbows down. Breath. Ooh. Couple more. See, Kathy notes when I say a couple. Because she's like, what the heck? How many is this going to be? Well, it can be either 2 or 20. It's just so fun, isn't it? Okay, stay with me. We're almost there. You should be feeling this load through your shoulders in a good way. Really loading. Open, keep your elbows down. Keep your hand in line with your elbow. Do not flare. See, I'm acting like I'm crossing my leg, and then I change my mind. And in order to do that, I wanted to do repeated lean backs from the hip hinge. Because, I'll give you a break here. Anytime somebody goes to cross their legs, you can test this out on yourself. You can watch people do it. I see it all the time. Let's say you're just sitting here and you're going to cross your legs, okay? The minute somebody starts to do this, they flex. They don't open like this. I'm retraining you. They flex, and they bring their leg up. That's the whammy right there. So say rib cage up, open a little bit. This kicks in, then you lift. And if you did cross your legs, which everybody tells you not to do, you're not going to kill your back, okay? So now I've added a weighted ball. Now instead of being up here, I'm down low, okay? So I'm going to just keep practicing this little move because I don't want anybody in my class making the mistake of straining their back just to cross their leg. Okay, so now I'm just going from side to side with a weighted ball. You get to choose the weight. Those of you who did homework may want to go ahead and use heavier weight because you're saying, I did my workouts. I don't have to act like I didn't do workouts for a couple of days, so good for you. Go right on up. Some of us didn't do that kind of workout. We did other kinds of workouts. Okay, so here I'm sitting. Now I'm going to come up and I'm going to take my pillow off the chair. And I had 2 pillows, so I was 4 inches higher. Anytime you have a concern about a delicate back, let's say you did something dumb, which we all do, I'm telling you, when you go to sit down, this is my little trainer's tip to you. If you don't want to exacerbate your back pain, put a pillow in any chair you're sitting down in. And be mindful of how you're going to sit, okay? What's the first thing you do? Step wide, okay? So if you have a delicate back today, let's say, I don't know, you played with your grandkids or you did extra shopping. I don't know, Nancy comes to mind when I think of that. I don't know if Nancy's on with us today. I haven't seen. But anyway, you make sure that your back is not going to flex. So you step wide, and then you come down and go all the way down. So I'm going all the way down. I'm going to tell you 2 to 4 inches of a pillow or a pad on your chair will help you not to flex your back. So if you're having some trouble, whatever it is, until you find out what it is, and you don't want to keep stressing that back, the act of sitting down and standing up can be some of your worst nightmares. I'm telling you, if you will put a pad to get you raised 2 to 4 inches, it will help you tremendously. Okay? So now I'm going to do the next segment, and I'm all the way down on the regular seat. Okay? If you have a strain in your back, or you just want to be gingerly with it today, keep using the pad. It will make it easier. Okay? Do I want you to always keep that there? No. The idea is to get down. Ooh, here, I don't know what happened there. My doorbell. It was my doorbell. Anyway, so I hope you're getting an idea of how to move safely when you've had a strain in your back, okay? So now I'm progressing, okay? So let's say you're ready. So I've got my weighted ball. It could be 4 pounds. It could be 2 pounds. It could be 6 pounds or more. And it's right here. So I just now pressed it right into my chest, right? My sternum, okay? I'm going to stay wide. Now I'm going to get up from the lower level. So I'm going to lean in. I'm going to shine my taillights. I'm going to keep my chin tucked, my tummy super tight. I am not going to bounce. And I'm going to press into the heels as I come up, okay? Then I'm going to press into the heels, keep my chin tucked. As I come down, I'm just going to touch briefly and then come back. Try your best not to bounce. We don't want any kind of bouncing motion. I want this to be a pull and a push on the muscles, on the fascia, on the joints. And I want it to be in response to really good lineups, okay? Here we go, push and pull. Take a breath. And I'm gonna add here, yes, you're with me here. Those of you who've tuned in and you're staying with me. I'm doing all these moves with you. But what I'm doing right now, with a little added weight, and I did it high first. So if you go through a set or two where the seat is higher, and that will help whether you're having knee issues or hip issues or back issues. But when you decide to progress and you're ready to do harder work, and it is going to be harder standing up, it's going to amaze you how much easier it is if you put even 2 inches of a pad. But when you get ready to progress and you do these sets, this is part of our workout today. But I'm telling you, if you couldn't remember anything else to do, and you just do progressive sit to stands like we're doing right now, and you try your best to get, let's say, 2 to 3 sets of 10, okay? Keeping tucked, keeping shoulders down. It's a wide stance. You can take a break. You can step forward. You can step back, forward, back, step wide, then step the other way. Do you see how the joint action is changing? See, I'm going to step forward. Keep my chin tucked right under that ball or that bag of beans. I'm just taking a little break here, stepping out with the foot, stepping out with the foot. Then I'm going to go right back to doing my set. So you make sure your chair is right under you. Step wide. That's the first thing. Drop your shoulders. Say rib cage up. Now you're ready to hip hinge. So you keep your chin tucked right onto that ball, right onto that bag of beans. Make sure your chair is under you, okay? So I'm wide. Here's the real kicker for so many of you. When you come to this and you get ready to get up, you tend to do that funny little, No, don't do that. Okay, if you have to do that, you need to set the ball down. And you just need to put your hands here. See, this is the lower level. So if you go to the lower level and you find yourself having to rock, that is not what you want to do. You want to get strong enough to pull yourself up. From this position, you want to really push your butt back. So this is, I'm stepping back. This is a progression, see? So if the weight is too much and you're swinging like that, put the weight off, put your hands here. Now really push the butt back, and you're very wide, and then push into the heels, and you're up. And do that. Keep doing that repeatedly until it starts getting easy. It will get easy. but you got to do them. See, that's the thing. And you don't have to have a perfect setup. Just do it anywhere. Here, I'll give you this. I'll give you this. Some of you, when you have to use the John, okay, I'm getting real practical here. You can let that be a huge training for you, okay? I'm not even kidding here. Step wide, lean in, now push on your heels and come up and do it like 5 times, okay? Before you step out of the throne area. And then you have something to give thanks for. Because you see, I remember as a little girl, I am not kidding you, my grandparents did not have a flush toilet. And my cousin Elisa, who comes on with us, is starting to really laugh right now. Because I'll guarantee you she remembers that. You had to take your time because that wood outhouse, you know, was high for a little kid. Anyway, I am telling you to use these movements of the day to help you get stronger. That's the whole point in me sharing that with you, okay? So push the butt back, drop your shoulders. Do not do that little swingy thing. Don't bounce yourself up. Pull into that. Push back down. Land gently. Stand gently. This stuff works, you guys. You are working every part of your joints. And when you put a weight on it like we had just a minute ago, now I'm doing it with no weights, because I'm trying to tell you, don't just quit doing something because you're saying, oh, that's too hard. Modify it. If this is too hard for you, then put the dadgum pillow back on the chair, okay? Make it so that you can move. Then you progress from that, okay? So this is a big tutorial today on the sit to stand move that has been suggested by many gerontology medical experts, that if you will put this move in a real way in your daily whatever that you do, which many of you are going to have to sit on the throne, okay? Or let's say we hope you do. And if you aren't, well, then we need to increase our fiber, don't we? Just don't do it all at once. So if you increase your fiber all at once, you're going to miss church. Okay, little by little. Okay, more on that later. Okay, I've tried to divert your attention. Because why? Because I wanted you to overdo this particular move. Okay, it's a sit to stand. And so many people avoid it, okay? Yes, there's people that need help. They need assistance to get up. We need to use that assistance. But the goal is to get stronger so that you can live your life more independently. Okay, stay with me. I'm doing every one of these with you. Okay, I've just got about 3 or so more to go. Take a breath. I'll guarantee you, Kathy's counting every one of these. Take a breath. Here we go. Take a breath. Okay. This is the last one. This is the last one. I promise. Here we go. Ha. Okay, here's my weighted ball. It could be a bag. It could be one of your weights. It could be a jug that you filled up. See this? See this? So I'm going to go back and forth just like this. But what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to just have my chair next to me. Why? Because I don't want anybody falling when they do single leg work. Now, if you're next to a wall, a door, a counter, just align yourself with it so that you can put your hand on it very quickly, or you can feel it on the side of your body right here. See that? See that? So I've got my weight here. I'm going to bring it over here. I'm going to press against the chair so I feel that chair. Okay. Drop my shoulders. Yeah. Rib cage up. Now shift, because I'm going to release this toe. See that? So I'm going to the toe, but here's what's going to change. So we're on our toe. My knee is going to come up, but so is my toe. As if I had a string attached to my toe and to my knee, and they were lifting up independently. See? So this is coming up and the toe is up. Okay, and then I'm going to drop the toe, drop the knee, then I'm going to lift the toe, lift the knee, and I'm going to go how far? I'm going to go right here to the 90-degree level. And I'm going to keep softening my supporting leg because it's going to want to lock. And I'm hanging out right here. See, toe is up, knee is up. Now go down, go down, go down, toe tap. Now pull the toe all the way up right here. Keep your elbow pointing down. Don't flare it. Drop the toe, drop the knee. Pull the toe, pull the knee. Drop the toe, drop the knee. Pull the toe, pull the knee. Just 3 more. Drop, drop. Pull the toe, pull the knee. Take a breath. Watch out what here. Shoulders down. Soften the knee, toe, pull, knee, down, down, pull up, down, down, pull up, and come back. I can hear you. I know you're saying, does she know how many we're doing? Kind of. Okay, I'm just going to move to the other side of the chair because I don't have a wall around me. I mean, I could go over to the window, but I don't want to do that. Okay, take a breath. So now I'm going to be right here, okay, on the wall or on the counter. I feel a little bit here. Shoulders are down. See, my elbow is down. See, this is holding a 6-pound ball right here. Take a breath. You're going to shift into the supporting leg, soften the knee, and then what am I going to do? I'm going to come up with the knee. I'm going to lift the toe up, okay? Then I'm going to drop the toe, drop the knee. And when the toe comes down and it taps, that is when you want to bend that knee, the supporting knee again, just a little. Take a breath, say rib cage up. Drop your shoulders. Here we go. Lift, toe lift. Come right to here. Then back down and back down. Soften the knee. Rib cage up. Here we go. Hold it right here. Lift up. Pull the toe up. Push the toe down. Drop the knee down. Tap, tap. Soft knee. Rib cage up. Pull, pull. Drop, drop. Soften the knee. Tight tummy. Lift, lift. Now drop, drop. Here we go. Soften the knee. Breath, breath, big diaphragmatic breaths. Here we go. Lift. Pull that toe up. Pull that toe up. Hold on to it. Soften the knee. Now go down, toe down. Okay? Here we go. Up and up. Pull the toe, drop and drop, soften the knee. Here we go, just 3 more, just 3 more, just 3 more. Here we go, breath and go back down. Here we go, up, 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 up. Here we go, drop it, drop it. 1 more, last one, here we go, up. Hang on, drop the, bend the knee. Now drop it and drop it. Woo! Take the ball, step wide, lace your fingers, and just do a nice little pendulum, okay? So your bent knee, just like this, And you're just doing a little pendulum, not big. You're just recovering. That's all you're doing here. Who would have thought that those little moves could push your buttons like that? I don't know. Take a breath. Heels back. Heels back. Keep your back very extended and bring it back up. Nice. Okay. I'm going to put the weighted ball down since we've been hanging on to it for quite a while. Okay. Shake out. Now, many times, and I didn't tell you at the first, but you probably have it right in your area where you're working. I have used a pole, correct? I'm going to get this one so you can see it. Okay. See there? All it is a mop handle that came loose. So I put a little duct tape on the end. It's got a nice handhold here. No sharp edges. Voila! This is your ready-made posture lineup. Okay? So all I'm going to do is take a moment to get posturally lined up. So I'm going to come here and I'm just going to put it like this. See? Right here and right here. So I'm going to put the back part of the head, not the top of the head, the back occipital bone, right, touching right there. Drop your shoulders. You should feel it between your shoulder blades and then right where the coccyx goes into the tailbone. See that? So I can hold it with one hand and I should be pretty lined up. Okay, the back part of my head, the back part of my shoulders, and the coccyx, where the coccyx goes right under and creates the tailbone. Now, once I'm lined up, let's do a wide stance. Soften your knees, and I'm just going to bend. And I want to stay in contact. So see, as I bend over, it doesn't matter where I'm moving now. The back part of my head stays in contact. And I would rather you not grab this to try to pull it into your head, because a lot of you have forward head. It will get better, but don't do those little cheater moves. So you want your best to get touch, touch, touch. Do the best you can with it. Step wide, change, support hands, hip hinge. Keep your chin tucked. And here we go. Turn. Turn and stay in contact. Turn, stay in contact. Turn, stay in contact, and then come back up. And then I'm telling you a trainer's tip. If you want to help yourself with your lineup through your day, you keep your little pole in your house, you know, leaning up against the door somewhere. Grab it and walk around. Line yourself up. This is one of the best strength training maneuvers you can do, actually, because this is your posture. Okay? Now, if you want to see if you can sit down, staying posturally lined up instead of flexing your back, look what I'm going to do. I'm going to step in front of my chair. Make sure you don't hit your ceiling fan. See, because I want to sit down, so I have to push it up here so I can sit down. Okay, so I'm contacted between the back of my head, the back part of my shoulders, my coccyx, the tailbone. Then I'm going to go wide, and I'm going to go bend, and I'm going to go sit. And I'm going to stay in contact as best as I can. This is a great move to do to test to see how you're doing with your forward head issues. Okay, so I'm going to come up. I'm going to stay contacted. Shoulder blades between the shoulder blades, the back of the head, and where it's going down where the coccyx is. Then I'm going to just push and pull and come right up here. I'm looking up, so I don't want to hit my light. Okay, so that, dear slugs, is how you learn to use a pole to line yourself up and then walk around like that. It is a retraining for sure. Okay, now we're ready to pick up our next load. Okie dokie. And our next load is going to be 2 10-pounds in our hands. So 9 pounds would work, 12 pounds would work, 6 pounds would work. But I'm going to pick it up. If you had a kettlebell, for instance, a 10-pound kettlebell, that would be the same kind of a thing as what I'm hanging on to here. Okay? And what is this? This is a heavy plastic jug. That is a colonoscopy prep jug, if you must know. I'm telling you, people just throw those away and they got a ready-made health club right there. Okay? So here's my carry. It's filled up the very same. Believe it or not, it's 10 pounds. Okay? So now I'm going to go through this just intermittent carry. And I'm going to come back. But what am I going to do? I'm going to use some of the very same things that we worked on. I'm going to bring that knee in an exaggerated lift. I'm going to keep these 10-pound weights hanging from my fingertips. My shoulder blades are down. My shoulders are down. My shoulders are in my back. I'm going to soften my knee. I'm going to bring an exaggerated knee lift. I'm going to hold it 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. Put that foot down. See how I'm emulating? Slowly. Line yourself up. So, what is it? Yes, rib cage up, tight tummy, shoulders down. Here I come. And when I start to come up, the tendency, I hope you're going to hear me on this, is for everybody to lock their knee. Don't do that. Keep the knee soft. Now bring that leg up, bring that toe up as if you're going to take a step. Say rib cage up, 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. Here we go. Step down. Keep the knee soft. Drop your shoulders. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is my challenged side. Keep my knee soft. 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. Bring that down. Yeah. Take a big breath. Okay, now I'm going to step wide. I'm going to bring those weights right here to the middle. So you could be hanging onto it like this. That would be fine. Or like this. That's fine. But I'm wide here. Okay? And I'm just going to bring these into my solar plexus. Okay? When I bring them down, I'm going to tap. But I'm going to keep my chin tucked. Okay? So I'm going to tap. They come into my solar plexus. Bring it back down. So I'm going to be rocking and rolling back from my heel to my toes. Heels to toes. So lots of beneficial moves there. My knees are soft. Come into my toes. Now go to the heels. Pull. Breath. Pull. Breath. Pull. Yeah, just 2 more. Here we go. Pull. Now bring them right here, just like that. Now all you're going to do is slide it along your leg, okay? Whether it's a weight or whether it's just a carry bottle, or let's say it's a kettlebell. Some of you may have a kettlebell. You just pull it right along your leg and look at where my elbow's going, okay? I'm going to keep my chin tucked, all right? My butt is pushing back a tiny bit. And I'm going to go right back there like that. See that? Now I'm going to increase the bend in my hip. I'm going to keep my chin tucked. I'll turn sideways so you see what I'm doing. I'm wide. I'm going to go pull and back down. I'm going to go pull and back down. Stay into the heels for the most part. Pull and back down. Ah, big breath. Pull. So this is one of the preferred moves for me to get you to finally innervate through the shoulders without hurting your spine or hurting your shoulder. See, I'm leaning these, I'm rolling them right down my leg. I'm hip hinging. So as I go down, my knee is soft. I'm pulling those elbows back. I'm keeping my shoulders down. Breath. Woo. Breath. Go. Breath. Go. Yeah, you're doing good. Stay with me. You can either go deeper or you don't have to. Just go like just a minimal squat. You know, like you're squatting on a high bench instead of going all the way down. Okay, 2 more just like this. Breath. 1 more. And stay down there. Okay, you're staying down. I'm going to reach and grab my ankles at this point. And now I'm going to straighten my legs and drop my head for just a second. Now bend your knees and equalize. Take a big breath, big breath, big breath, and come back up. Okay, now we're going to work just a little bit, a couple more before we end class today, because I'm capitalizing on what I used to warm you up with. Okay, so one of them was bringing this leg up. Remember that? Remember that? Okay, so now I'm going to grab my 2 10-pound weights, my 2 kettlebells, my 2 jugs. All right, so I'm going to bring them right here. Now, even though I'm encouraging you to grab these 2 weights, I understand that there's risk when you go to put your foot up onto a high chair, okay? Because you can't use your hands to kind of balance yourself with, right? So be cautious, be ready. I'd love to have you do this next to a wall, next to a bed, next to a counter. You get the idea. So now we're progressing. Drop the shoulders, shift, and I'm going to hang on to these weights, and I'm going to come right here, and I'm going to just tap, 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 tap. This is a very common move that many people get into a false situation with. You know why? Because they get up here and they don't realize they can't get their foot down. It's stuck. You know why? Because they can't lift. So that's why I'm starting right here and I'm saying tap with your whole leg. See, get that leg up there. You have to squeeze your tummy. You have to drop your shoulders. You've got 2 10-pound weights that you're balancing and you're lifting this tap. When you get ready to put the foot down, lift. Bring the toe up, then put it down. Okay, that may seem like such a little thing, but I'm telling you, this one move trips a lot of people up. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time on both sides. So I'm going to shift, soft knees, drop shoulders. I got my weights. For some of you, you may not want to put the weights in your hands. It's too scary. That's okay. Drop the weights down. Okay, you ready? Soften the knee. Bring your foot up to the chair. This is just a kitchen chair. Drop your shoulders. Now bring the whole toe and the whole leg up as you do these little tappings. Keep your shoulders down. Keep your rib cage up. Don't be gripping the weights. Let it just hang from your fingers. Soften your knee. Breath. Breath. One more tap. And then bring it down. Okay? So before you bring it down, you might not have seen me, but I'm pointing out I'll do it on this one. Before you bring your toe down to the floor, lift it. Now, the people who I really worry about on this are people who have neuropathy in their feet, okay? Because you really don't know that you're about to get hung. You don't feel the chair. In a case of that, I would say use a lower target. Turn over a solid trash can. See this? This is going to make it so much easier for you. So you're going to do that. See? Okay? Because it's lower. It's going to be doable for you. Okay? So once I'm up there, I'm going to tighten my tummy and do that. Lift toe, lift the knee. But I got to support this move with a tight tummy. Okay? And then I'm going to lift it up and pull it down. Okay? So when I lifted my knee, I also lifted my toe. That's a very important thing here. Now, last moves. We're going to hit the upper body. Okay? We've been hitting the lower body, the toes, the knees, the back. We're going to hip hinge, and all we're going to do is go straight. See that? Bring it back in. Go straight back with that 10-pound water jug. Push it back. Shoulder blades roll in. Breath. Push it back. Really squeeze the back parts of those arms. Squeeze it. Breath. Squeeze it. Breath. Squeeze it. Breath. You can go really low or you can come higher. Breath. Squeeze it. Knees are soft. Shoulders are down. Squeeze right there. Squeeze. Yes. Then turn them and just come right up here. Breath. Breath. See, I turned the thumb in so I don't hurt my wrist. I go like this. Okay? Just up and down, just like you're pulling your pants up. Just like that. Breath. Shouldn't hurt your wrist. Should not hurt your wrist. Your thumbs are in. Breath. 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 Two more. Breath. Okay. Put them down. Yes. Take a big breath and just put your hands right here on your thighs, just like you're a catcher. See, go into a catcher position. Some of you have been catchers, you know, okay? And do you see what I'm doing? I'm letting my back arch. Yeah, I'm bringing my shoulders to my ears. I'm pulling my head back. Yeah, it's all part of. Okay, now tuck, tighten your tummy, soften, and come up. So that one little break, doing the opposite of everything that we've done all day with our spine, helps you to release. Open. And just give yourself a big hug. And so those of you in my class for so many years, being such a great support, I'm giving you a big hug. This is a Zoomy hug. I'm afraid that's the only kind that some people can have these days. Anyway, good job, you guys. I'll take it off the recording.